Some games are fun because you can blow stuff up. Others, they grab you by the collar, drag you into their world, and don't let you go until you've laughed, cried, and yelled at your screen like a maniac. These are the story-driven heavyweights, the kind of games you think about in the shower, in traffic, or while pretending to listen in a meeting. So today, we're diving into 23 of the greatest story-driven games everyone needs to play, preferably before the internet spoils them for you. Let's get started. Let's start with a game that makes quick trip across town look like the worst travel plan in history. You're dodging creepy fungus folk, scavenging for duct tape like it's gold, and having more awkward silences than a bad first date. The tension is so thick you could slice it with a rusty shiv, and just when you think you've caught a break, the game sucker punches you emotionally. It's brutal, beautiful, and makes you weirdly sentimental about finding half a chocolate bar in an abandoned drawer.
Got you. You ain't going nowhere.
Next, we have the ultimate I'll just do one side quest trap. You start off chasing a simple lead, and before you know it, you've accidentally solved a family dispute, hunted a vampire, and attended a medieval wedding in a different province. The writing is so good it'll make you rethink your own moral compass. And the world's so big that you'll forget what the main quest was even about, until some monster 3-shot kills you for wandering too far off the road. Here's a game that makes you feel like you're in an indie movie, but with 300% more uh-oh moments. Every choice you make feels small, until it spirals into chaos faster than you can say, maybe I should rewind that. The soundtrack is pure hipster gold, the pacing is like sipping coffee on a rainy day, and the story is so unpredictable that even your safe option can end up setting half the world on fire. Metaphorically, usually.
Or who you're messing around with.
Where'd you get that? What are you doing? Come on, put that thing down!
Don't ever tell me what to do. I'm so sick of people trying to control me!
You are going to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
Nobody would ever even miss your punk ass, would they?
Get that gun away from me, psycho! No!
Then we have a game that's basically, what if your decisions actually mattered and also ruined lives instantly? Every scene is a high-stakes improv session where you desperately try to guess what the script should be while praying you don't get someone killed. The flowchart of outcomes is insane. You could replay it 100 times and still find new ways to mess everything up. It's equal parts thrilling and why did I just do that moments on repeat. Next, here's a game that makes you want to quit your job and become a full-time wind follower. You're riding across fields so gorgeous you forget you're supposed to be fighting people, then get ambushed because you stop to take 40 photos of a sunset. The combat's so satisfying it feels illegal, and every duel looks like it should have its own dramatic movie trailer. Even the side activities are oddly calming, until someone yells at you in Japanese and tries to stab you.
Face the judgment of your ancestors, Lord Sakai.
Next, we have a game that feels like you accidentally wandered into an art gallery where everything's alive and slightly judging you. The visuals are so stunning you'll keep stopping just to stare, which is risky because something weird and possibly dangerous is always lurking nearby. The combat feels like a surreal dance-off where missing a step can get you flattened and the story oozes mystery without dumping exposition in your lap. It's stylish, strange, and hard to look away from.
Henrik!
A storm is coming. Careful, Mael.
Here's a game that makes you question if you're actually playing or just quietly participating in a moving piece of poetry. You jump, glide, and swim through scenes so beautiful you'll start feeling bad about rushing. No dialogue, no over-explaining, just pure visual storytelling and music that sneaks into your emotions like a ninja. It's the kind of game you finish in one sitting and then immediately stare at a wall for a few minutes, wondering what just happened to your soul. Then we have the I'll just ride into town real quick simulator, where somehow a 2-minute trip turns into robbing a train, skinning an elk, playing poker, and accidentally starting a bar fight. The level of detail is absurd. NPCs remember things you did weeks ago, and even your horse has more personality than some game protagonists. The pacing swings between cinematic drama and I just spent 15 minutes watching the sunset, and honestly, both are equally satisfying. Here's a game that basically said, what if epic myth battles and awkward parenting moments existed in the same universe? 1 minute you're taking down a giant that could crush a mountain, the next you're trying to decode a teenager's mood swings. The combat feels like swinging the world's angriest hammer, and every encounter looks like it was directed by an action movie genius. Also, the side characters will absolutely roast you mid-battle, which is both distracting and amazing. And next we have the ultimate please don't step in that experience. You're sneaking through fields of soldiers and swarms of plague rats that move like they've been training in synchronized swimming. Every resource feels precious, so using one wrong means instant regret. The atmosphere is so heavy you can practically smell the damp medieval misery. But between the danger, there are quiet moments that somehow hit harder than the chaos. It's tense, grim, and weirdly beautiful.
We have to find another way. I'll give you a hand.
Yes.
Next, we've got a game that feels like you woke up inside a fever dream written by a horror novelist who drinks too much coffee. 1 second you're piecing together clues like a pro detective, the next you're questioning if the walls are actually breathing. The atmosphere is so thick you'll want to keep a flashlight on in real life, and the storytelling keeps twisting until you're not sure if you're solving the mystery or becoming...
Christ.
We're watching the night!
Here's the ultimate I came for the shiny lights, stayed for the emotional damage experience. You'll spend half your time cruising through a city that looks like a tech giant exploded, and the other half getting sucked into side stories that accidentally become more important than your main goal. The characters are so fleshed out you'll find yourself missing them after they're gone, and the city never stops throwing neon chaos in your face.
Take it on the track! What is with you fuckers?
Then we have the game that makes you want to swing everywhere in real life, even though you know it would end in a hospital visit. The combat's snappy, the villains have actual depth, and the story throws in just enough gut punches to keep you invested between ridiculous aerial flips. The city feels alive, the pace never drags, and there's always something new to chase, whether it's crime, collectibles, or emotional closure.
That Thin Man?
MJ wasn't kidding. We gotta help him before he hurts someone. Or himself.
What's the plan?
Keep him busy. I got an idea. Oh, crap.
This is the play it once and you're only halfway there type of game. You think you've reached the end and suddenly the game's like, cool, now here's the actual story. Each run flips your understanding of what's going on, and by the time you finish, you'll be questioning if robots have better emotional depth than most people you know. It's weird, tragic, and somehow uplifting all at the same time. Next, a game that turns casual bike ride into a survival gauntlet. You'll be cruising along, vibing with the scenery, when suddenly a horde big enough to level a small town shows up. The world feels unpredictable. Sometimes you're scavenging peacefully, other times you're fighting for your life because you made too much noise. It's gritty, messy, and way more addictive than it has any right to be.
Keep alive.
Guess he's gonna find out.
Fuck you. Goodbye, Leon.
No, wait. All right, no. I got it right here, take it.
Where?
In the cemetery. It's in the old cemetery.
Thank you.
No, you said.
And next is a game that feels like waking up after a 3-day party and realizing you now have to solve a murder while arguing with your own brain. Every conversation is a gamble. Sometimes you say something profound, other times you completely embarrass yourself in front of strangers. The dialogue is razor sharp, the world is bleak but fascinating, and failure is often more entertaining than success. It's messy, brilliant, and completely unforgettable.
I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Next, we've got a game that takes nostalgia, cranks it up to 11, and then casually throws in surprises just to watch fans lose their minds. The scale is massive, the combat is a fireworks show of sword swings and magic, and the story swings from goofy charm to gut-wrenching drama without missing a beat. You'll come for the familiar faces, but stay because you absolutely have to know how they're messing with your expectations this time.
I got your number.
Keep it together. Guess it's my turn.
Get back.
Here's a game that makes wearing headphones feel like a survival requirement. The voices, the whispers, the constant shifting of reality. It all pulls you in until you're just as disoriented as the character you're controlling. Every fight feels personal, every step feels dangerous, and the atmosphere is so immersive, it's almost uncomfortable. It's haunting, beautiful, and something you'll think about long after it's over.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory. Truth? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth.
Then we have the game that turns just exploring into a full-time job. You're surrounded by mechanical beasts that could squash you instantly, yet you keep poking at them because the world is too stunning not to. The mix of high-tech ruins and wild nature is addictive, and the more you dig into the story, the more you realize how much trouble humanity got itself into. It's part mystery, part adventure, all gorgeous. And next, a game that feels like stepping into a blockbuster film, where you're always 2 seconds away from falling off a ledge or getting into a brawl. The action keeps pushing forward, the puzzles make you feel clever or very, very dumb. And the globe-trotting pace means you never get bored of the scenery. It's pulpy, dramatic, and loaded with the kind of moments you wish you could pull off in real life.
Bella ripresa!
Fair and square.
And next we have a game that takes the phrase no pressure and throws it in the nearest dumpster. You're constantly low on ammo, trapped in creepy villages, and being chased by enemies who have clearly been hitting the gym. Every encounter feels like a desperate juggling act of shooting, running, and praying. The inventory screen has something useful. It's tense, ridiculous, and somehow still makes you grin while you're screaming inside. Next is the One More Ledge adventure, where you tell yourself you'll stop after climbing this one cliff, then 4 hours later you're still in the mountains, freezing and covered in collectible relics you don't actually need. The exploration is addictive, the action set pieces are pure chaos, and the story keeps throwing just enough mystery at you to make sure you can't put the controller down. And finally, we've got a game that feels like the grand finale of an epic, ridiculous road trip with friends who constantly get you into trouble. The banter is top tier, the locations look like travel brochures with explosions, and every chase scene is so over the top you'll start wondering how the main character hasn't broken every bone in his body. It's adventurous, heartfelt, and the perfect way to close out the journey. And there you have it, 23 story-driven games that prove you don't just play these things, you practically move in and start paying emotional rent. Each one is packed with moments that stick in your brain long after you've turned off the console, and honestly, you're not the same person when you're done. If you've played them all, congratulations, you've basically earned a degree in virtual storytelling. If not, well, clear your schedule, stock up on snacks, and get ready to disappear for a while.